Hey guys, and here we are back with another video and another smart home solution, which in this particular case, it's this smart power strip that I've got right over here with a few gadgets connected so that we can play around a little bit here and hopefully explain a little bit better how it works. Now, I also have here two mobile phones, one running iOS and the other one running Android. And I would like to mention a couple of things here before we begin. First of all is that although this power strip is from a different brand than the power plug that we seen a few weeks ago, they both work on the same application, which is really cool. We can control several devices with the same app, and there are other smart devices that hopefully I can add a few more here and we can do a lot more. Now, one other thing that I would like to show is that at this moment, if I press this button right over here, it will disconnect the LEDs at the back and I can just turn them on. And one other really cool thing is that if we have multiple users using these gadgets with different phones, of course, if we use the same account, they will all synchronize. And if we take a look right over here, it will shut down my lights and it will let the other user know that they are turned off so it can be turned on. So this will work really great for every single device. Now, taking a look at the power strip itself, at this moment it's turned off and I can just, if you guys take a look right over here, press this button to turn everything on. And at this moment what it did, it just turn on all the 6 plugs and also this USB plug right over here. Now, if we get in the app, it will show us a few more details. And at this moment, we can read right over here that it's using 607 watts just because the toaster is turned right over here. These two don't spend that much. And we have a lot more details that I will show you guys in a few moments. Now, first of all, the details will show us basically that we can turn on and off manual every single socket that we've got right over here. So for example, number 3, which is this one here, is the toaster. I can just turn it off, and as you guys could see, just turn it off right over there. Manually, I can turn on if I want to, and I can do the same with all the others that I've got. And basically, this will give us a manual control of the devices that we want to turn on and off, but in a manual way. Now, if we go back, and I can turn back on, if we go back on the menu, we will have some other options right over here, like the historical use, which basically will give us a reading of the watts that we spent. After that, we will have the timer, and the timer can be very interesting if we want to turn off or turn on a device with a timer. I will show an example right over here with a toaster, which is on port number 3. Let's say that I want to turn it off, and I can choose the maximum of 23 hours and 59 minutes. But for this example, just select 30 seconds right over here. And here we go. We are with 5, 4, 3, 2, and bam. It just turned off the toaster. There is a little bit of delay, about 1 second or so, but nothing really serious. Now, this can work to turn it on or turn it off, just a matter of selecting right over here. And we can do it individually for every single socket, which is really cool. Now, one other thing which I do believe that will be more useful than the timer is the schedule itself. So for example, if we have a lot of things that we want to turn on and turn off at a certain time, we can do so right over here. If we press the plus button, it will give us all these options, and basically what we have here is the option to schedule any actions that we want. So for example, I can use it as a one-time thing. I can select the date and say that on the 7th of 2020 on the day 7 and month 7 at 10:41, I want port number 1 to turn on and all the others to turn off. And then if I press OK, it will create a rule. It will take a while to appear here, but it will, and we will see that in just a moment. I can also do something interesting, which is to select as an action which will be repeated every Sunday or every Tuesday or every Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, where I want to turn on ports number let's say these, and the neutral just means that if they are on, they will stay on. If they are off, they will stay off. The device will not mess around. But I want to leave these off and leave these on at these particular days, and press OK, and it will create me another rule. And I can say that on the same days, which I believe that were these, I want to turn off at this time right over here, something like that. Just press OK and we will have another rule. So this can be very, very useful if it's a situation that we repeat every single day. So let's, for example, say that I want to shut down my kids' TV at every single day at that time, with the exception of the weekend. I can do so right over here and leave the device on, which is great. Now, lastly, we also have a few options right over here, which are very basic, but so that you guys can see, I can change the name of the smart strips to something else that I will know exactly what it is, but smart strip is okay. I've got the firmware version right over here. When we need to update, or when there's an update, it will turn orange right over here and we can press it to update. And we also have a factory reset option right over here. And basically this is it. There's not much more that I can say about this power strip. If used correctly, then can be very useful, but for those that will leave it on every single time, then there are a lot more cheap power strips available on the market. This one is intended for people that will make use of these schedules and things like that to turn on and turn off. And that's about it, guys. Hopefully this video was helpful in some way, and if it was, don't forget that usual thumbs up. My name is Roberto George, and as always, I'll see you guys on the next one.